verse number 20, I'm not reading. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithyam Evam Rupa Vinishchaya Soyam Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka Samudarta. Okay, very good. So, before you get into this knowledge, naturally, now the Shastra, the scripture demands that somebody should be adhikari. Adhikari means you must be qualified. Adhikari means adhikaro yasya asti, he who has the right to get into this knowledge. And who is the person? The person who has the fourfold qualifications. You should have the discrimination, dispassion, samadhi, satka, sampati, we'll see elaborately, and mumukshutvam. When you say that, immediately average person may say, oh, this is very, very tough. I don't have these qualifications. But see, in life, wherever you go, you need minimum qualification. Like, if you want to go into medicine, minimum you should have chemistry, botany, zoology. With a mathematics degree, you can't get into medicine. You want engineering, they want qualified people. You should have mathematics, physics, chemistry. You can't have chemistry, botany, zoology combination. Now suppose you want to learn accountancy, some mathematics should be there. Anywhere, whether it is the field of music, minimum you should have some good rhythm, some sense of music. If there is nothing, you open your mouth and it sounds all of a sruti, like a donkey you bray, you are not going to be able to learn it. So minimum qualification everywhere needed. You don't say, no, I don't need it. No. Nor you can say, oh, look, these people are demanding some qualifications. They are discriminating against us. It's like an intellectual apartheid. That the person is not allowing us to get into this knowledge. No. Suppose in the University of Oxford, they demand a very high degree, star A. Not only A, star A. You must be really excellent student. Why do they demand so? Because the course that they are offering is of such high caliber. Unless you are a student of such high caliber, you cannot appreciate it. So it is not a discrimination against somebody. It is facilitating the understanding. In engineering college, they are providing a course. You shall be able to understand only if you have top knowledge in mathematics, physics, chemistry. If you don't have that, then you cannot understand it. Same thing also Shastra. Are you interested in knowing myself, knowing yourself? Yes. Then this is the mental disposition you must enjoy. You must have a discrimination, dispassion, samadhi, satka, sampatti, mumukshutvam. And why should I enjoy it? Please see the psychological dimension, you will appreciate. Why should I enjoy viveka? And what is viveka? Viveka is nitya, anitya, vastu viveka. The person who is interested in knowing about himself should have this discrimination between eternal, ephemeral. Now the question comes, to discriminate between the two, I must have both things at my disposal. Like you go and stand in a vegetable shop. There is a stale vegetable, there is fresh vegetable. Then you can choose between the stale and the fresh, you choose the fresh. To choose between eternal, ephemeral, I must know what eternal is and what ephemeral is. If I already know what eternal is, why should I come to the teacher? Then what is the scripture says? That you should have the discrimination between the two. What it means is, At this moment, I do not know what the eternal is, but I am absolutely sure of what ephemeral is. I don't know what the permanent is, but I know what transient is. There is no happiness, absolute happiness, in any of the sense objects. It can give me some comfort, it can give me some sensation. If I want to be happy and happy forever, no object can provide it because they don't have it to give it to me. The moment you are convinced, please appreciate, you are convinced that the objects cannot provide you something, cannot give you eternity, cannot give you immortality, because the object by itself is mortal, changing. It cannot give you happiness because it is something doesn't have it. Let us speak the language of happiness in dispassion, vairagya. Now let us see the discrimination. No object can provide me immortality. Because every individual, please appreciate, every individual wants to live and live forever. Right? Is there anybody who wants to die? Nobody is interested in death. Understand? Absolutely nobody is interested in death. Even the oldest person, the story goes, one day a very elderly person carrying a huge burden, a load, was coming from the jungle. And he was so fed up with his life that he dumped that whole load of the wood and called Yama. Oh Yama, why don't you, oh Lord Death, why don't you come and take me now? The story goes, Yama appeared. Suddenly Yama appears. Then he said, okay, you called me, here I am. Are you ready to come with me? He said, what? Just because I called you, you should come. He said, but you called me that you are tired of life, you want to go to Yama. You want me to take you. He said, no. They said, why did you call me? See, I dropped this load. There is nobody to put it back on my head. Put it back and go. Nobody wants to die. Are you getting that? And if you want to be deathless, you cannot hold on to the dying physical body to be deathless. You cannot hold on to anything dying and changing to be deathless and changeless. So I am absolutely sure what is changing and dying. The creation is continuously changing and dying. Body is continuously changing and dying. Sense organs are continuously aging. Thoughts are continuously changing. So at all these levels, I cannot depend upon for eternity. Are you getting that? Now, if there is no dependence on the object, the whole world around, the physical body also is not dependable. The sense organs are not dependable. No thought is dependable. Naturally, what is there something left out now? If you remove the whole objective universe, the physical body also, all your thoughts cannot provide you. What else is left out? With yourself. That is why if your discrimination is complete, are you getting that point, please? When your discrimination is complete, that this is something, I don't know what eternal is, but I know these things ephemeral, I can't hold on. Therefore, these thoughts will not disturb you anymore. When do you get cheated? When you depend on the physical body to be immortal, you get cheated because body is dying. But when you see body as the body is continuously dying, there is no more you are being disturbed by it. Therefore, a person who is interested in the self-knowledge, in his himself, in his knowledge of himself, at this moment he doesn't know what eternity is, but is absolutely sure what is transient, what is dying, what is changing. And therefore, I can't depend upon this creation, the body or the mind, for immortality. The moment that dependence goes away, you are unconsciously returning to yourself. Understand? Such a person will understand the truth. That is Viveka. I have told, explained in Tattva elaborately, so this much is enough. Now going to the Vairagya. So, what is Vairagya? Read. Tadvairagyam jihasaya darshana sravanadivi dehadi brahma paryantam anitye bhogavastuni virajya vishavat bhratat dosa drushtya muhurmuhu sulakshyam niyatavastha manasas samahuchyate. Okay, now go to see Vairagyam. What is Vairagyam? Tad Vairagyam jihasaya darshana sravanadivi. So, first is Viveka, discrimination. You know what the changing, dying, perishing, transient things are. And once you are convinced of all those things, there is no more dependence on those things for your immortality. So such a mind no more craves for those things. No more you hold on to those things. So such a person is now free to appreciate himself. The next statement is Vairagya. Vairagya is, you want happiness in life. Listen carefully. You want to be happy in life. If you want to be happy in life, what should I do? And what type of happiness you want? Both you should see. First, you must know what you want in life very clearly. Already that example I have given you, even though it looks like people want education, they want job, they want money, they want things. Ultimately, everybody wants happiness in life. And what type of happiness you want? Not momentary happiness, which comes and goes. But I want to be happy once for all, never to be unhappy again. That is the dream of every individual. That is why you jump from object to object, desire to desire. Perhaps if I can get 1,000 rupees, all my problems will be solved. If I get 1,000,000, everything will be solved. If I get married, everything will be solved. If I get divorced, everything will be solved. If I renounce, everything will be solved. If I believe in a particular God or a person, everything will be solved. Every time, whenever you are trying to hold on to something or somebody, the purpose is perhaps you will find somebody or someone or something by which you will never want anything again in life. But unfortunately, for some time you are very comfortable with the object. After some time you are tired, bored. That is why you can see from childhood onwards. You have grown out of so many things. As a child, you played with balloon. Then you held maybe a cricket bat or a hockey bat. Then you were cycling. Then you maybe have a motorcycle. Then you maybe have a car. Then you maybe have a personal relationship, a man or woman. Then changing the partners also. Everything. Then changing the jobs, changing the house, changing the religion, changing the gurus, changing the gods. So many things you changed. For what? Maybe something somewhere I'll find so that I can be happy in life. You have never found such a thing. Because no object has that happiness to give it to you. And that is the point he says. Tad vairagyam, understand. That is dispassion, which is jihasa. Jihasa means tyaktum ichha. That we shall call the dispassion, where the person is darshana sarvana devi jihasa. He has no more interest to look for happiness in darshana and sravana devi, in sight, sound, touch, taste, smell. Just see that point. Dispassion, vairagya does not mean dismissing the object. Dispassion means no more seeing happiness in the object. Are you getting that point, please? Don't dismiss object. Please appreciate. Again and again I want to emphasize on that, because unless you are really convinced like this, In the name of religion, in the name of renunciation, you shall be a beggar. Understand? If the money doesn't solve your problem, riches doesn't solve your problem, poverty doesn't solve it either. If you give up your riches, you will be poor, not wise. Are you getting that point, please? The person thinks if he renounce everything, what shall you renounce? Listen, if he renounces everything, he will be very happy. No. If you renounce everything, you shall be poor. If you renounce your idea of happiness from the object, you shall be happy. Are you getting that point? You understand the idea? Oh, this is it's like a sutra. It's like a mathematics principle. You get that? What you should renounce is not the object, but your idea that the object can give me happiness. If that much you give up, you are happy. And don't give up the object. Objects have the uses. Don't give up the car. It takes you from place to place. Don't give up money. It takes you. Don't give up food. It sustains you. Money sustains you. You help yourself. You help everybody. So don't ever say that. If wealth is bad, then Lakshmi is stupid. No. Then why are you worshipping Lakshmi? And if Lakshmi is so useless, then Vishnu also is useless. Why? He married to a useless woman. You understand the logic? It will be so disastrous. Lakshmi, never think Lakshmi prosperity is bad. But usual religious people know what? They will quote, look for poverty, look for renunciation, look for, hey, what should you renounce? Nothing physical. Renounce the idea that this object, darshana, sravana, seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, smelling, shall make me happy. While explaining to you Tattva of the classes, I told you, Vishayeshu bhogatyagam bhagyam vairagyam. What is vairagya? Vishayeshu bhogatyaga. Renouncing the sense of pain and pleasure in the object is dispassion. Dispassion does not mean giving up the object. Dispassion means giving up the sense of pain and pleasure in the object. Are you getting that point? What right have you got to give up the object? Are you getting that? What right have you got to give up the object? Is it yours to give up? Did you bring anything? Kal aaya tha jo kho diya. In Hindi they say that. What is that you brought that you lost? Or what is that you brought you can give up? You can give up. What is yours to give up? To give up, it must be yours. I hope it has gone into your skull, into your thick head. You must see that very clear. To give up something, it must be yours. Can you give me 100,000 rupees? Yes. Where is that money? In his account. What is this? How can you give up? Yeah, can I get this land? Oh yeah, you take it. Is it yours? Not mine, but you take it. What type of donation is this? To give up something, it must be yours. Nothing in this world is yours to give up. The idea that gives me happiness, that idea is very much yours. Only if you give up that bad dream, happy man. Dehadi Brahma Paryante Anitye Bhogavastuni. Dehadi Brahma Paryantam. Beginning from your physical body to Brahma. Brahmaji's post. Meaning the whole sun-subject world. Sound, taste, touch, smell, your body, any body. Thoughts of every kind. Even the positions of gods and all that. Nothing can give me happiness. Why? Because they don't have it to give it. They can give me comfort. Are you getting that point? Again and again, please see that. In a cold weather, blanket can give you comfort, not happiness. Because the weather changes, the blanket becomes a pain. Are you getting that point? For your daughter's marriage, you want to give her some gold. Gold gives you tremendous security. But because you have got the gold in your house, a gunman comes with a gun. What do? Shall you say, kill me and leave the gold? Leave the gold. Go. Why? Understand? There is neither security, insecurity in that. Happiness, unhappiness in that. So one who sees this, vairagya. Now, please see the other dimension now. Then how does it fit into my knowledge? What is that your mind is continuously dwelling upon? If you see happiness in an object, in a sound or a taste or a touch or a smell or a person, a man or a woman, your mind will be going on thinking about him or her. Your mind will be thinking about that sound, that touch, that taste. Therefore, such a person, if you tell him, you are happiness, will he understand? Why people expect you to get away from some things for some time? Because when the person is so much obsessed that the food or the sex or the pleasure or the money or the wealth or the relationship, sound or a taste or a touch will make me happy, to such a person you cannot convey this message that you are the happiness, because he is not convinced. He is looking for happiness somewhere. Are you getting that? So once you appreciate, object has its place, it has its usage. I can use the car, but there is no happiness in the car. Then what happens? Your mind no more dwells upon the object. Are you getting that point? Your mind no more dwells upon the object. When the mind is not dwelling upon the object, it is relatively free. When relatively free, it becomes easier to appreciate happiness myself. Who finds it difficult to believe? How can you say there is no happiness in the object? Because you equate sensation with happiness, therefore you find it difficult. You don't appreciate that this sensation comes and goes. Like Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Ehi sansparsaja bhoga yukkayone yevate adyantavanta kaunteya. Hey Arjuna, whatever pleasure, sensation is born because of the association of the sense organ with sense object. Sansparsaja bhoga. This is flower, okay? I smell it. Oh, so nice. How long? As long as the nose is in touch with the flower. Flower goes, sensation goes. Nose is blocked, flower is in front, nothing happens. Either of the thing can happen. Are you getting that point, please? Why people feel miserable? Because that is why always they struggle to keep the sense organ in touch with the sense object. Why do you want to possess things, you know that? Because at will you can enjoy. Why do you want to possess it? Whenever I feel like putting on radio, put on the radio. Stop it, stop it. TV, put on. I want to sleep on this room, this bed, this type of air conditioning, so that I have it at my disposal. Whatever I want, I want. I want that man, that should be there. I want that woman, she should be there. That is why people want to possess. Why? Whenever they want to connect, they can connect. Whenever they want to disconnect, they can disconnect. See, just think of it. That is where the people become very possessive, because he thinks his happiness is there. And when does the jealousy come? Think, when does the jealousy come? What I am enjoying, somebody else is taking it away. I am connecting to something or somebody, now somebody is also connecting to that something or somebody. You want to shoot him. Why? Because he is taking away my pleasure. She is taking away my pleasure. I want that movie, he also wants that movie. You fight in Blockbuster, no? In Blockbuster video, there will be competition. Suppose latest movie, only one copy is there. You want it, other fellow wants it. Then what happens? One car of a particular color is there. You want it, other person wants it. Why? Happiness is in that color. And when the people in the business world, they produce signature model, limited custom built thing, limited model, limited only 20 cars. Why? Let 20,000 people kill each other. The more they kill each other, the prices go up. You shall have exclusive dinner with the president of the country. $100,000 plate. Kill yourself. Are you getting that point, please? So if somebody is connecting what you want, if somebody else is connecting it up, you become jealous. You destroy that something. So why are you miserable? Because you think somebody is snatching your happiness. Please think. But suppose you are a person. You very clearly see, none of these objects can give me the happiness. They can give me sensation. Happiness is being with myself. When you have thus dispassion, and no more, okay, you don't know that you are the happiness yet because you're an adhikari. But if you know there is no happiness in the object, your mind shall no more dwell upon the thought. You feel distracted, agitated, restless because you are sitting in one place, but your mind is going on thinking about somebody or something because you think that something or somebody will give you happiness. So you do not understand the truth. But suppose you have this passion, when you no more impose happiness on happiness in the object, the thoughts do not affect you. In that mind, you are already with yourself. Do you understand the point, please? Clearly see that. Okay, so that is the vairagya, dispassion. So it is not giving up the object, but giving up the sense of pain and pleasure in the object. So in that mind, you will be happy. You discover the happiness in yourself. Then go to sama. Virajya vishaya brata dosha drushtya muhu muhu swalakshe niyata vasta manasas sama uchyate. So now comes the sixfold qualification. Shama, dama, uparama, tidiksha, shraddha, samadhana. Okay. What is shama? Manasa sama uchyate, at the level of your thought. What type of thought you should enjoy? Virajya vishaya bratat durasa drushtya muhur muhu. Again and again, dosa drushtya, by seeing, okay, virajya, by giving up what? Vishaya bratat, all the vishayas, all the sense subjects. Why? Dosa drushtya. Please appreciate. Whenever you sit down to contemplate, so many other thoughts go on coming up. When these thoughts are keeping coming up, why does it come? Listen carefully. Why does it come? Either because you hate the object or because you love the object. Please appreciate. Both type of thought can affect you. Suppose you look for happiness in an object, you think that gives you happiness. It can be an object, living or non-living. It can be a person or a thing. You think laddu, rasgulla, sweet gives you happiness, or you think a man or woman gives you happiness. What will happen? That thought will come again and again. Or suppose you think that fellow is a rascal, always disturbing me, disturbing everybody. That object or that coconut or mango or the sweet should not be there. You hate it. That also goes on repeating itself. If you don't like a thought, that comes up again and again. If you like the thought of the object, that also comes up again and again. Are you getting that point? Both ways you are disturbed. You are disturbed by the like, you are also disturbed by dislike. Are you getting that point? Very careful. It's not that only what you like you are disturbed. There is no such thing. Suppose you don't want to see somebody. You don't want to see something. I hate it positively. That thought will keep coming again and again. Suppose you don't like somebody. Think, you don't like somebody. You are going to a town, and in that town somebody is living and you don't want to see him because you hate him. The moment you go to the town, first thought is, maybe he's around. Because you hate him. Are you getting that point? You go to a town, you like somebody. You will be excited. Oh, I hope he is there or she is there. So both way you feel affected. If you hate somebody, you are disturbed. If you love somebody also, you are disturbed. Why? Because both the thoughts go on coming up. Whatever you don't like, if that thought comes up, you are struggling to get rid of it. If whatever you like, if that thought comes up, you want to be with the object of the thought. So never you are with yourself. Are you getting that point? Never you are with yourself. If the thought, you are angry with somebody, that thought goes on coming. I don't know how to get out of the thought. You love somebody. When you love somebody, the moment the thought comes, now you are no more in yourself. You want to be the object of the thought. When you, please appreciate, when you remember somebody you hate, you want only to get rid of the thought, because object is anyway far away. When you love somebody, you want to be with the object of the thought. That is why it takes you out. Are you getting the different types of struggle? Do you understand? Do you understand clearly? If you hate somebody, when the thought comes, you want to only get rid of the thought, because the object of thought is anyway far away. That is why memories, which gives you pain, objects are far away, incidents are over, the thought is bothering you. So you want to only get rid of the thought. But suppose you love somebody and that object is far away. You love that thought, but you are not comfortable with yourself. Why? The object of thought is far away. So you want to go there. So both ways you are struggling. Why? Because you have imposed happiness or unhappiness in the object. But suppose you no more see happiness in the object. You are convinced. It has its place in life, it has some usage, but happiness is myself. Therefore, why be afraid of a thought, or why struggle to go to the object of the thought? When you both are counteracted, swalakshe niyata avastha manasha samauchyate. That time we call it shama. Swalakshe, in your own destination, in your own goal, swalaksha, that is, I want to see that happiness in myself. Swalakshe niyata avastha. No more you move away from the goal that you are, because I want to be with myself. And to be with myself, I don't need any thought or object. Are you getting that point, please? Listen carefully. Very easy if you grasp it. To create a thought, you must see the object. To remember the object, you must have a thought. Whereas yourself is neither a thought nor an object. It is yourself. Therefore, neither do you need an object nor you need a thought to be with yourself. Easiest. Absolutely. Are you getting that point, please? Once you see it, then you use the thoughts and the objects. Because in order to live in this world, you need every object. You need to have your thoughts. Without your thoughts, can you function? Without the object, can you survive in this world? Therefore, you know best how to survive. Are you getting that point, please? Beautiful. Happy with yourself. Comfortable with the thought and the objective world. What better life you want? Huh? Absolutely fantastic. So, samauchyate. Other things you have seen already. Huh? I don't want to go more into that. Manasa samauchyate aparam. Oh, Swamiji, very, very difficult. Mind, so difficult. I cannot handle it. If you really understand, shall you say it is difficult? You cannot. But in case you say so, all right, read. Dhamma. Vishayebhya paravartya स्थापनं स्वस्वगोलके वैषामिन्द्रियाणां सदमपरिकीर्तितः. Right. Now, if you say, oh, suppose you can have this sama. You are top student. You are a, totally top adhikari. Why? Because thought is the root of your problems. Tell me, what is disturbing you in life? Object or thought? Huh? What is disturbing you in life? Now you are here, okay? Now you are here, far away from home, far away from office, far away from your friends, far away from your family, far away from everybody. Okay? Now what is bothering you? What is affecting you? Memories, no. And whose memory? My memory affecting you? My father, my mother, my husband, my wife, my children are your problem? Your memory is bugging you. Are you getting that point? So if you can handle your thought, both what you develop as like and dislike, what you develop as dislike is a disturbance. The moment the thought comes, I don't like it. So you want to get rid of the thought. Because why don't you like it? Because that fellow was a pain. He talked to me like this. He did this to me. He cheated me like that. Oh, when I think of the snake, goosebumps comes up. Why? Snake is going to kill me. Slithering. That thought comes up. So the moment the thought comes, you don't think about it. You have imposed unhappiness in the object. Another thought comes, very sweet. I remember my child. I remember my wife. I remember my husband. I remember this place. I remember that person. So you are happy about it. And do you stop with that? Moment you remember the object, the moment you remember that object with a thought and you enjoy it, now your next step is, I want to go home. I'm missing. Missing means what? Thought is there, object is far away. Are you getting that point? So what is bothering you? World or your thought? Who is punishing you? God? Our incapacity to handle our thoughts. Are you getting that point, please? So suppose, now you know clearly, hey, what I really want is happiness, it is myself. So these thoughts, in their own place, Swaswa goal, they are in their own place. I don't care. I am now, thoughts are counteracted, like and dislike counteracted. I am with myself. Okay. By chance, you cannot stop that. What happens? If you cannot catch at the level of the thought, you shall be going for the object. Example, you are sitting down and meditating and you are contemplating on this thought, I am the happiness absolute. Suddenly a thought comes. In the kitchen, they had some nice leftover curry, They had made some vadai. The vadai is there. Payasam, payasam, vadai, oh boy. Go. Suddenly that thought comes. Vadai payasam. The sweet was there. Now before sometimes listen, before now you are up and going. Before you are already going. Suppose it happens to you, that is the time you shall say, oh, so difficult to control the thought. Difficult to control the thought, listen carefully. Difficult to control the thought, or it is difficult that you are so stupid that you fall for the thought. What is the problem? The thought is the problem, or you are falling for the thought is the problem? Huh? Thought is problem, huh? Are you stupid? Hey, you fool! I'm telling you. Hey, you fool! To whom did I say this now? General, I am an idiot. Okay? I am an idiot. I am a mindless fellow walking on the road. Like a madman, I say, hey, you fool! 100 people will ignore me. There will be one smart, so-called smart fellow. Why is he telling everybody fool? What is your problem? What is your problem? That fellow is insane. If you don't drag it onto yourself, will you feel affected? So should you ask, why is he talking or why am I reacting? Huh? What should be your question? Come on. See that for yourself. What should be your question? Why is he talking like that? Or why am I reacting like that? What is your problem? His speech or your reaction? Huh? That a thought is coming is a problem, or you react to the thought is a problem? That you are acting on the thought helplessly is a problem. Which one is problem? Thought is a problem? No, you are acting on the thought and acting helplessly on the thought, unconsciously on the thought. Not only acting, but acting unconsciously on the thought. That's why you are affected. In case you have acted unconsciously and go out, Bhagavan says, do Dhamma. If you can hold it at the level of the thought itself, you have snapped it at the bud. You have clipped at the bud level. At the very root itself, you have cut it. Suppose you have not been able to do it, before you know, you are already with the object. So at last, at least at that time, Vishayebhya Paravartya Sthapanam Swaswagolage. If it has happened so, listen, if it has happened so, now last moment, consciously cut off your experience, sense experience. That is, thinking of the badai, you are already in the kitchen. Having reached there, you remember, Chah, what is this? I should be in my room. What am I doing here? Okay, if you are really smart and a little more conscious, that point when you are going to be with the object, you cut off. Okay, I have come here. But let it be there. I should not be doing it. What a stupid fellow I am. Okay, go back quietly. That is Dhamma. You are about to shout, you stop. When somebody tells you something, if you can catch it at the level of your reaction, at the level of your thought, somebody tells you something, your mind reacts tremendously. Immediately it reacts. If you can catch it at that level, fantastic. Before you could know your reaction at the thought level, you are already speaking. At least hold it at the level of the speech, Dhamma. If you can hold it if you can catch it at the level of the thought, you are totally safe. If you cannot catch at the level of the thought, at least before you speak, you hold it. If you cannot, suppose you have already spoken it out, be gracious enough, brave enough, conscious enough to accept, I'm sorry. I should not have spoken. I made a mistake. Then also you are a beautiful person. Don't justify. What is wrong if I say? Do you know why people fight? Because when you try to justify your mistake, you are lazy. Are you getting that? You are lazy. You are sleeping. And when somebody says you should not sleep, you say, what is wrong if I sleep? What is wrong if you sleep? You are inefficient. You are stupid. And if somebody says, why can't you finish the job at the right time? And you react to it. Are you getting that point, please? No. If you can Be conscious at the level of thought you can catch. Cannot catch at the level of thought, at least catch at the level of these organs, sense organs. You cannot, you have already acted, accept it. Be very honest. You know why you should do this? If you are interested in yourself, listen carefully, take down the statement. If you are interested in yourself, you shall not create any chain reaction. Are you getting that point? You shall not create any chain reaction, because the more you react, the other person reacts, you react, he reacts, you react, you react, other person reacts, then it goes on a chain reaction. You shall waste your time dealing with these stupid reactions. No time to know about yourself. Are you getting that point, please? Understand. You don't ever precipitate a situation. You do not create any confusion. If I have done it, instead of defending, no, I have not done it, why should I do it? No. Accept. Yes, I have done it. I'm sorry. Finish. Cut it. You'll be such an honest person. Your mind will be so beautiful. Why? Because a liar only has to remember a lot of things. The person who speaks the truth doesn't have to remember anything. Are you getting that point, please? A liar has to remember a lot of things. People think lying is very easy. Lying is the most difficult thing. Telling truth is easy. Suppose you say, hey, before you became a brahmachari, before you came to a Swami, before you came to this life, what were you doing? To impress somebody, you said, I was a central services, big officer. The other person, oh, really? Oh, he's impressed. You enjoy that little excitement. Then another person says, what were you doing before you came here? I was a professor. Oh. Before you came here, what were you doing? I was ambassador to London. Some nonsense, you talk. So the other person, oh boy. Now, you know what happens? Now your problem begins. You have to remember to whom what you have told. And by chance those three people come together, they may be discussing climate. They are discussing the climate, but you think they are discussing you. Always you are afraid you will be cut, because you have told a lie. So who creates your burden? God, right? What were you doing before you came here? I was an unemployed graduate. And you tell everybody, what were you doing? Unemployed graduate. Now do you have to remember the truth? Truth need not be remembered. Truth is always effortlessly remembered. Falsehood has to be organized. Are you getting that? Falsehood is organized. Understand? That is a truth doesn't need to be organized. If I can extend it a little bit and in a huge extension, that is why Hindu tradition, Hindu religion, Hinduism is not an organized religion. Because you don't have to organize the truth. Falsehood you have to organize. Truth need not be organized. Anytime, anywhere, it is the same. Anytime, anywhere. And nobody is farther from it, nobody is nearer to it. Everybody the same truth. So what is there to compare? Are you getting that point, please? What is there to compare? It's not that the Guru only is Brahman, the disciples are not. It's not the man is only Brahman, the woman is not. There is no such stuff. Everybody is same truth. Samoham sarvabhuteshu. Name dvasyasti name priya. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Aham sarvabhuteshu samah. I am the same in all the beings. There is nobody nearer to me or farther to me. Everybody is same. Brahmaiva khalu idam jagat sarvam. Everything is one reality, absolute. Now what is there to establish, not establish? What is there to differentiate? Are you getting that? Whereas in case of falsehood, you have to organize it very nicely. There has to be hierarchy and all that stuff. Falsehood has to be, because you have to go on defending it. To defend one lie, you have to create a huge infrastructure of lies around it. One lie is, did you, what, 12 o'clock, midday, where did you go? I didn't go anywhere. But I saw you in the market. Somebody like me you must have seen. Something. You have to create a big thing around it. You are limited. That's a lie. You need this God. You need that God. You need this one. You need this book. You need this ritual. You need this puja. Huge things around it. Suppose somebody says, you are happiness. What do you need? Think. You are immortal. What do you need? Are you getting that point? If I say you are immortal, what do you need? What should you do to maintain your immortality? Immortality is free from maintenance. Happiness is free from maintenance. To be happy, what should you do? To be immortal, what should you do? To be free, what should you do? But when somebody says you are bound, then to make you free from bondage, they'll have 100 rituals, 100 beliefs, 100 disbeliefs, so many different things. But the first thing when you say, who am I? Free. After that what? Where is the happiness? Yourself. Now where should you go for it? Are you getting that point? What is happiness? Yourself happiness. After that, where should you go? Should you organize a trip for happiness? What is happiness? You are the happiness. After that, what trip you should organize? But if you say, what is happiness? After death in the heaven. Therefore, believe my God. Do this ritual. Stand on the head. Bury yourself. Repeat this mantra. Chant this song. Oh boy. Are you getting that point, please? Anywhere, organized falsehood needs to be organized. Truth as an effortless. Oh, so beautiful. Ishwara. That is why when you are happy with yourself, all the samadhamma uparam comes anyway. Naturally comes to you. Anyway, so dhamma is, so in the beginning stages, when you are sitting down, if at the thought level you can handle it, fine. Cannot. By habit you have moved out into the object level, at least there you hold it. Before you speak, before you get involved, cut it off. Why? Because you don't want to create any chain reaction. Suppose somebody tells you, why are you sleeping? Why are you doing like this? Don't, create an issue with him. Why are you talking like that to me? Let him say how does it matter. Because I have no time for unnecessary argument, discussion. I am more interested in myself. You will be a fantastic person, you know that? Can you stop other people from talking? But you can stop yourself from reacting. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Can you stop other people from talking? But you can stop yourself from reacting. Which one is easier? Myself stopping to react, or other people must stop talking? Do you know what we do in the world? Everybody must stop talking. You are stupid. And that is why you are in such a deep trouble. I don't know, Swamiji, why is he always talking like that? What is your problem? Are you getting that? Please. Anyway, therefore, that is why Uparama. What is Uparama? Read. Vayana lambanam brutte Esho paratiruttama So this is Uparama. Uparama means a type of a stillness, quietude, poise, balance. Because you have stopped to react. Instead of stopping other people from talking, commenting, doing something, I have stopped my reaction. As a result, Bahya analammanam vruttehe. Vruttehe bahya analammanam. Vritti means thoughts. You no more externalize your thoughts unnecessarily. Are you getting that? Unnecessarily, both way. Oh, it's a fantastic statement. When somebody says something, you no more unnecessarily internalize it, nor you allow your thought to be externalized. Rende, both. Because you internalize somebody's speech, then you want to externalize as your reaction. Are you getting that? Are you understanding that point? When somebody says, you are a fool, you first internalize, you take it inside yourself. Then you react. Why that fellow talk like that? Then you externalize. Why did you talk like that? But you stop both internalizing as well as externalizing. Which one you stop? These unnecessary comments by other people. Therefore, you have plenty of time to internalize what the teacher teaches and therefore see it again and again for yourself. And according to that understanding, externalize your behavior. You have no time for gossip. You have no time for nonsense. You have no time for what the other person speaks or doesn't speak. Are you getting that point, please? Very clear. Uparama. It's all, the qualifications all are thought level. You know that? All at the thought level. Please watch out. Your thoughts. Because I told you in the beginning of the class. What creates your problem? The object, the gross world, or your memories, your thoughts. So handle your thought. Your thought is not a problem. Your thinking is a problem. Are you getting that point? Do you understand that point? The thought is not a problem. Thinking is a problem. Car is not a problem. Driving is the problem. If you know how to drive the car, car is a blessing. If you know how to use the thought, thought is a blessing. So thinking, learn to think. Don't say, instead of helping people learning to think, what do you tell them? Don't think this, don't think that. Wonderful. The more you tell the person not think, listen. The more you tell people, don't think this, don't think that, that is the only thing they will think. That is why we spoil the children when you tell them, when you are studying, never think of cricket. Good. You have planted the seed. You will be thinking only of that. Anytime. Whatever you expect them not to think, that's what they will do. That's what they think. What can they expect? What can you do that? How can they escape? Appreciate, please. So, both Uparama, you clearly appreciate. Achha, when you do that, as a result, when you have that type of mind, tolerance, because you neither internalize nor you are externalizing. What shall you call it? Titiksha, tolerance. Okay, just see that. We shall see tomorrow. Sahanam sarva dukkhanam अप्रतीकारपूर्वकं चिन्ताविलपराहित्यं सातितिक्षा निगद्यते चिन्ताविलापरहितं सातितिक्षा निगद्यते. So see that your mind is always at that level. Because of your sama, dhamma, uparama, when there is no unnecessary reaction, you are enjoying a disposition where you can be owning up the happiness that you are. The next one is titiksha. Sahanam sarvadukhanam apratikara purvakam. When you are engaging yourself in the study of yourself, engaging yourself in recognizing this absolute truth, your concern is not about the conveniences and inconveniences, pleasures and pains, comforts and the luxuries, but whatever comes, I live with it. Why? I want to know myself. Just like a student, when you are studying in the college or university, my whole focus is on the study, whether I could see the movie or not, whether I got a nice dress or not, whether I could get a shoe or not, whether I had a nice cycle or not, whether people are liking me or not, that is not my consideration. I have come in the university to do my study, my degree. People who are like that, they succeed and get away. Some other people are more worried about type of cycle they don't have. Why can't I have these shoes? You fight with the father, why don't you give me clothes? Instead of being grateful that they have sent me to college, let me make use of these studies. But they go on comparing what the other student have, what I don't have. What cycle he has, what cycle I don't have. What car he has, what car I don't have. What shoes he has, what shoe I don't have. As a result, what happens? You become a failure. Now come into religious field. You want to understand yourself. Instead of worrying whether I understand it or not, you are now worried. My bed is very hard. Only 3 times food, there is no 5 times food. Only 1 time coffee, there is no 4 times coffee. Are you stupid? That man is eating like this man is doing like this. What is your problem? By chance the food is delayed, the roof comes down. Somebody tells you something, heavily you react. When I was home, I was every day eating only sweets, or I was having only fruits. Here I am, rice. Have you come here for your food change or for your understanding? Are you getting that point, please? Unconsciously it gets into your head. You want 5-star comfort? Go any place. Are you getting that point? Purpose for which I have come. Sahanam sarva dukkhanam. Can you believe it? Sahanam sarva dukkhanam. Tolerating all the inconveniences. Also sarva sukhanam. Both. Only don't go in negative terms. Only, he tolerates all the inconveniences. Also you tolerate all the conveniences. Meaning, when I am in ashram, maybe this ashram is beautiful, providing me nice house, nice accommodation. When I go back to the field, there will be no attached bathroom. So let not the sukha go into your head, so that later on you can adjust in the society. Are you getting that? Sahanam, tolerating. What? Only dukkha. Sukha also. Here, bell rings 3 times. Food is already there. When you go outside, there will be no bell ringing, except ringing in your stomach. The bell will ring in your stomach, but food may not be there. So, sarva dukkhanam sahanam, sarva sukhanam also sahanam. Let it not get into your head. Everything is well organized. Let it not get into your head. Or certain days difficult. That also should not affect you. Why? My purpose is to understand myself. Saranam sarvadukkanam apratikara purvakam, without taking recourse to any step to change the difficulties. I accept it and live with it. There is no hot water serve there until as long as you don't get typhoid, pneumonia. Don't try to be too much also. Sometimes you become so tolerant that you suffer. That also is not right. You must know where to stop. Are you getting that? The hand, always like this, straight open, cannot close. Is it healthy? Always close? Not healthy. Healthy hand is opens, closes, opens, closes. A hand is always closed, unhealthy. Always open, unhealthy. Like a veena. Strings very tight, no music. Very loose, no music. Just that is tolerance. Learning to balance it out. Sanam. Chinta vilaparita. Some people can tolerate it. But what will they do? They go on talking about it. Vilapa, crying over it. Thinking about it. No. Not only you tolerate, not only live with it, no chinta, no vilapa, no anxiety, not crying over that situation and telling everybody. You know, yesterday there was no food, but I never reacted, you know. Are you getting it? It is so subtle. Last night there were so many mosquitoes, you know, but I never opened my mouth. What are they doing now by reporting to me? You know, like a flower blossoms, understand, a bud grows in the stillness of the night, in the womb of darkness, to bloom in the morning. This knowledge, in the silence, isolation of your being, in the quietude of your room, in isolation of your being, you develop to blossom. The world sees your blossoming, but not your. The world enjoys your fragrance. The blossomed flower is visible. The bud nobody sees. When you are preparing, nobody should know. When you are full bloom, fragrance already starts going. You don't have to worry about it. Are you getting that point, please? Therefore, why talking about it? You quietly do it all for yourself. You have tolerated a lot. You don't make a big deal out of it. Certain times you have failed. Don't worry about it. So what? Ultimately, you blossom. And that is what is important. We shall see more of it tomorrow. Close your eyes.